plastic trim tool. I'm going to go ahead and get behind the mirror backing cover here. Just pry out, and then we're going to lift up, set that aside. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 2 screws inside the door pull. The inside of the door handle here, we're going to go ahead and remove this Phillips head screw. So behind the crank handle here, there's a plastic trim piece. I'm going to use my pick to separate this. And then you're going to insert your trim tool behind that, or your spring tool for the door handle, or the crank handle, to go ahead and release that spring clip behind there, holding this onto the regulator. So once you rotate this around, you're going to be able to release this little metal spring clip. And you should be able to slide this right off, like so. Let's go ahead and remove our door handle trim. Pull up our door pull unit. There's just a couple little retaining tabs on here. Just pop that off. Using our trim tool, you want to get behind the door panel and lift out. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling out our plastic pins or retainers. Work your way all the way around. And then once that's free, go ahead and lift up and remove the door panel. We're now going to go ahead and remove our water shield. Grab the corner and gently pull away. This has an tacky adhesive on it. You want to try not to tear the water shield. And it feels like it's going to tear. We're going to go ahead and use a razor or something to go ahead and run behind to separate that seal. With the window regulator lowered, we're going to go ahead and remove this 10mm bolt here and this one right here. This is going to release the glass from the regulator itself. We'll now go ahead and grab the glass. You can raise that up. And once your glass is in the up position, you can probably use tape or suction cups or something to secure the glass into place. And we're going to remove this bolt, this nut. We're going to loosen this one. We're going to loosen this one and remove this. With these two still in place, just loosened, we can grab the window regulator. We should be able to slide this up, collapse that down, and pull that out. I'll go ahead and install our regulator. Feed the crankshaft through, put that bolt through, and then we'll go ahead and line up our other guide bracket here. Once the guide bracket bolt is lined up, pull that stud through. And we'll go ahead and get one of the nuts started on that to hold that in place. And we'll just get the rest of the hardware lined up over here. Get everything started by hand first. I'm going to go ahead and tighten everything down. to go ahead and reinstall our window crank handle without the clip. And this will allow us to adjust the regulator to the correct position so we can get both of the bolts lined up for the window. We'll go ahead and lower the glass. We'll install one of the bolts here. Get that started by hand. We'll go ahead and use our extension and socket on the other side to get this one lined up and started by hand as well. I'll go ahead and snug those down. Go ahead and remove your handle. We'll go ahead and line up that water shield to go ahead and get that installed. Let's go ahead and line up our upper part of the door panel into the window section here. Drop that down into place. Make sure everything else lines up, and you can gently pop the door panel in, locking in the plastic lock clips. So first what we're going to do is just pop our handle back on, crank our window in the full upright position. Once it's up in the upright position, remove the handle. Next, install the white trim piece right here. Then you want to take your handle with the retainer clip. You want to slide that onto the handle itself so it locks into place. Then what we want to do is line this up so it's facing roughly about a 50-degree angle or maybe 2 o'clock position. Line that up. And once it's facing there, just push it. And that spring clip will lock itself into place. Line up our trim panel right here. And line up our screw right here. Screw that in. Line up our pull unit here, and it has a little clip on the front. And snap that down into place. We'll install our 2 upper screws. On your mirror trim panel, make sure that the little tab goes into the notch inside the door shell itself. So drop that down inside. Line up your little push tab here. Snap that on.